Hello, 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 hello. So today is well, for you guys in America, it's still the 8th of April, April the 8th. For me, it is the 9th. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful day and you got out of it exactly. Oh, it's 111 here in the UK. There you go. 111. So that's interesting. So sorry I'm late. We have no Greg today. He is very stressed out, bless him. A lot of personal matters, just personal crap that he's got to deal with at the moment, and he's not in a mental state to be here. But bless him, he might come in the chat. Okay, so yeah, just send him some love, send him some loving energy. And some strength at the moment. Okay, but he's okay. Otherwise, he's okay. It gets to us all sometimes, life and all of that. So let's have a look. So you got Akasha. Hello, Akasha. Hello. How are you doing? Good to see you here. So it's basically just me. You just got me. That's it today. But I'm gonna do the two shows. So obviously we've got the show now, and then we've also got another show later. It's 3 a.m. in the UK for the next show. So what would that be? 3, 2, 1, 12, 11, 10 Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, that would be on Rumble, and well, all the other channels apart from YouTube. So, and that's because we can't speak freely. So yeah, we have to speak in a bit delicately here on the YouTube channels. Yeah, so thank you everybody for coming in. So, there's Steve. Steve's the one that got me on these conspiracy things and the truth of stuff. So you can all thank Steve actually for saying 911 was an inside job. I was like, no, it isn't. It couldn't possibly be. And he told me to go and look, and so I did. And then I've been looking ever since. So I thank you, Steve, very much for that. I don't know what year it was, but it was quite a while ago. But you're better at years than me. Any idea what year that was? So Linda, hi Linda, love and prayers for all. Yep, we'll send all those out for sure. Carol, hello Carol, good to see you, Carol. Martel, greetings Ali and all you beautiful people. Ailish, hello. And Lisa, hey Lisa. Obviously Jeremiah will be there somewhere in the background there. Hi Jeremiah. And Claudette. Oh yeah, send him some hugs. Send him some hugs, yeah. So there you go. Hi everyone. Yeah, under a ton of stress right now. My mind is fried and I'm not in a mental shape to do the show tonight. So I said, well, let's just do it. I'll do the best I can. That's all I can say. It's like, you'll have something. But yeah, we'll have fun anyway, can't we? Got loads to talk about, loads that's going on in the world right now. Some good stuff, and yeah, so if there's anything you fancy talking about, we can have a chat about it. Hi Maggie. Thank you. Makeup is a wonderful thing. You can feel like you've been pulled through a hedge backwards, and then a bit of makeup and a hairbrush, and that's it. You're all right again. So yeah. 2003-4. Wow. So that is it. That is when I first started with looking into everything. Yep. He definitely got my brain kind of working. Yeah. So very good friend Steve is there. Lisa, hi Lisa, what does she say? Sending good vibes and healing prayers to Greg and Ali. Oh, Well, thank you. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with me and him. You know, Greg said, make sure you say there's nothing wrong with me and him. People sometimes assume that, don't you? It's like, oh, they've had a row or this, you know. It's like, no, we've not had a row. We don't row. We just don't. It's not saying anything else. It's just as simple as that. Ali is like, oh, I love you. He's such a, his love goggles are well and truly on, but I don't want him to take those off. So that is that for sure. Okay, so, oh, look, some loving messages there for you, Greg, love. Rest, Greg, take care of yourself, sending healing energy. And this is it. Sometimes we have to sort of step back at times in our lives and say, I need some me time. I need to go within. I can only just process what I'm going through now. And so sometimes we have to back out of obligations. Doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you realistic for sure. So yeah, looking after your mental health, your emotional health. Protection is very much needed at the moment energetically. For a start, there's energy vampires out there. You know, energy vampires are people that, you know, you end up feeling more stressed when you are when you're in their company. Okay, and sometimes it's not their fault. Okay, it just is. You know, we've all been energy vampires in our life before, but you know, yeah, you sometimes have to step into that energy and then know when to step out of it as well. So for sure. So it was oh, look, thank you everyone. So yeah, he's around. Take care of yourself, sending healing energy. There you go, love. Oh, thank you, everybody. So how is everybody in the chat? Let me know how your day is. Let me know what's been happening with you. Even if it's just boring stuff, I like to know what you're up to. I do. Today was my granddaughter's birthday, one of them. She was 4, little Esme. What a little sweetie. She really is. She's such a little darling. So we was over there having a little birthday celebration. She got a trampoline for her birthday. So there was out there very bouncy children. Okay, very bouncy children. So there's a lot of us. All the family went round there. Greg would have fit in wonderfully, of course, every time. So let me show you little Esme. Let me try and get it. So there's Esme. She eating her Pringles. That's what she wanted. She had a list of the stuff she wanted. So pre-dinner Pringle crisp fest there. That's Esme. And then this is the baby. Okay, this is the youngest. So this is Ava, little Ava. She is such a sweetie. So it will be her birthday next month. So her birthday's in May. Yeah. So yeah, it was lovely. Mum was there too. So yeah, it's you know, so we, you know, whoever you class as your loved ones, it doesn't matter if it's online or if it's face to face. It's about cherishing who you're with, letting people know how you feel. Sometimes that's the biggest dread we have, that we never told that loved one how much we loved them. We never told them how much we cared, you know, or, you know, you left that loved one after an argument and then something happens. You never know. You never know what's around the corner. And so sometimes you have to think about that. I had to think about that when my dad told me he had 6 months. He had 6 months to live. That's what the doctor told me. Obviously, you know, he had cancer of the throat, the lymph nodes, and the lungs and somewhere else. It basically spread, bless him. And he kept going to the doctors saying he had a cold. He had a cold. No, antibiotics, steroids, all that. So yeah, and by the time they found it, 6 months. And he always used to say, after 3 years of still being here, I'm well past my sell-by date. So it'd still carry on smoking, because he thought, what's the point? Might as well carry on enjoying myself. So he used to have his fag, and he said, oh dear, don't want to give you cancer, it's contagious, that sort of thing. So yeah, so we and so knowing that, okay, when you know that your loved one has got 6 months, you don't leave them on an argument. Not that me and my dad ever really argued, but you don't leave them on bad feelings, and you always say, I love you. It costs nothing, but it's so important, so important, guys, to cherish those people, and that goes for friendships, and all of it. So so any wisdom we need to pass on to others, because one experience that you have is different to another. And it just reminded me, just now, when I was speaking to Greg just now, he was just finishing a phone call with his mum. And Greg's so lucky to have his mum again, his mum in his life, and this age, it's rare, isn't it? So he's still got his mum and his dad, and the love that I could feel coming from her to her son, and from him to his mum, and the respect that they showed each other. It just was, it was lovely. So yeah. So anyway, let's catch up with the chat before I get all mushy. So Martel said, I think we've done that one, but sending healing, loving energy, from Martel. Prayers to you, Greg, from Laurie. It's odd being on this end of the screen without being with Ali. I know I've had to do it before when the delay was just so bad. Ava is growing. She is. Do you remember when you guys helped to save her life when she was just born, and she was in the it's not just ICU, in intensive care unit, it was in the higher one, yes, it was touch and go, guys, but you sent loads of healing, loving, and there she is. She's doing really well. So yeah, we went into deep freeze, spring start style, says Martel. Oh, my pain level is at its top. Oh, frustrating. I hate that winter. Wants to keep on and should go to sleep. I know. They are manipulating the weather though, guys. Who here still thinks that they're doing that crap? Because a lot of truthers say, no, it's not happening anymore. There aren't any chemtrails, or there's very few chemtrails now. I'm still seeing them. And I'm still feeling as if they're manipulating things. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about that? So Linda, take care of yourself, Greg. Thank you for that look around your home. We did psychic development last night, and we did progression. So this is like looking into the future. So not regression, we went forward. So I asked everybody to go forward 5. So basically you go into meditation, you do your breathing technique, and you get to kind of like that point of now. And then you see like a train track ahead of you, and you're in this bubble. And it's like, we're going to move on 5 years. And so that's what we did. We got everybody with breathing technique to go on to 5 years time. And then you're seeing where you are, okay, what's happening around you personally. And there was a lot of really good response there. A lot of people, and Linda, that's just what reminded me. So Linda was there, and she did really well. She always thinks she doesn't do it, but she does do well. She really does. And the more you don't try, the better it is as well with everybody, I've noticed. And so yeah, we did that. And there was a few things. So there was one person who said about they wouldn't be here on this planet in 5 years. I know she won't mind me saying it, but anyway, I'm not going to say it. I want to tell you who it is, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, she said, I'm not going to be on the planet in 5 years. I'm going to be on a mission. And she's always said she's a walk-in. And so she's going to be off on a mission with her family, her off-worlder family. And that just reminded me of a progression that I did with this wonderful woman. And I wasn't expecting it to be quite like it was. So instead of a regression, she booked a progression. So she said her thing was, she said, I'm standing in the middle. It's like a desert area, but there are still kind of trees and everything in a populated area. And she said, I'm in a spacesuit. Like a slim light kind of tight kind of all-in-one spacesuit, and not with the kind of the gear on. She was still breathing. So this was basically, I don't know where it was. I suppose it would be somewhere hot because it felt hot. Anyway, behind her was this big mothership, and she was standing at the entrance of this mothership, and she was beckoning everybody, and all these hundreds of thousands of people were pouring into this mothership, and she was part of that. This lady that I did the regression on, and all the people were going onto the ship. And then she said, and the ship then rose up. There was also some animals as well, pets and things. And she said, as it was rising up, she looked out of these many thousands of windows there, and she could see all these other motherships from all over the world, all lifting up, and they were all going off to a different place. And I said, what's happening to Earth? And she said, I'm being told that Earth is needing to be cleansed and cleared out of all the toxic energy, and we will come back again later. And I didn't feel as if it was like out of anybody's lifetime later. It was going to be later, a few years later. So that was interesting. So if anybody does get a chance to do a progression, ask your guides, to show you that, and then go into meditation and see what it does. But very interesting, very interesting. So yeah. And then after that, we all spoke about all these different saying conspiracies, truth of stuff. So we had a really good discussion. And then I said, we should do this live, or we should do this, and then we said perhaps there might be some tricky words that we might say. So maybe we should record it and then, get Greg to perhaps check it over and to bleep out some of those tricky words that you're not supposed to say. But we could basically do that. If anybody wants to join in with that, we can kind of pick maybe 3 topics, and everybody can study that topic and find out more information, go down the rabbit holes that you want to go down, and then we all meet and we do like a round table kind of thing and talk about that. So if anybody's up for that, please let me know, and I will, maybe it's best to contact myself on the website. Just contact me there and say, yes, I would be very interested in that. My favorite topics, or my knowledge, my good knowledge is about this topic, and this topic maybe. And then I can, me and my lists, I'm quite good with my lists, so I can put you on a list, and then yeah, we can do that. I want to wish a belated happy birthday to Vera as well. So it was our lovely Vera's birthday. I don't know if she's in the chat. I haven't caught up with it, but it was her birthday yesterday. And she came to group and didn't tell us it was her birthday. Yeah, so I want to do a shout out for her. So anyway, let's catch up with what you guys are saying. Cannot believe you mentioned Pringles. I'm starving now. I know you're going to go to the garage, aren't you? You're going to go and get some Pringles. Are you living in Cornwall now, Steve? Is that where you are? We haven't caught up for a long time. Thank you, Martel and Jacob. Oh, that's lovely. So, Greg, I'm trying. This additional stress isn't good for my heart. It isn't good, my darling. It really isn't. Sadly, because of the stress, I started smoking again. I know, and you know, I wouldn't give a damn if you wanted to smoke. You wanted to smoke. It's none of my business. But seeing the man with his heart issues and seeing him smoke is not a nice thing. And I told him this. He knows it's not a nice thing to see. And so, can you send some loving energy to see if maybe that isn't something that he needs to do? Okay, maybe kind of get him to hate the taste of it or something. Let's all try, because that's going to cause even more problems. Hello, Sarah. Hello. I know it's Sarah. In English, we would say Sarah. Anybody here? Yes, we're all here. Can you not see anybody? But we're all accumulated together. So obviously you might be on your own on that particular Facebook page, maybe. Yeah, we see you. We do. Lisa says, may all work out well for Greg and take care of yourself. Definitely. Such a good man. He deserves a break. This could all lead to some good things. Okay, I'm just going to say that. Okay, so it's not entirely terrible. My darling, you're just too tall, darling, to be standing in front of me, love, because I can't see anybody. It's no good flicking your tail at me, love. I love you. I do. To reiterate, it's absolutely it's absolutely nothing to do with the hottest goddess. He just wanted to say hottest goddess, didn't he? Of course, people don't even think that. I don't think that would be the first thing anybody would think of, really. I love you, baby. I do. Do you send Greg some loving healing? You going to send him some? Tinky's going to send some. Yeah, look, there you go. Some non-smoky signs. Yeah, everybody if anybody loves Greg, put up some of those. I am not anti-smoke. Okay, I'm really not. My dad was a smoker. All right, took his life, but he was also around asbestos, and he was also a tarmacker. And they did it by hand, tarmacking off the back of a lorry. That's what they did. And so, but because he was a smoker, he couldn't sue anybody, because they said, well, it could be from the ciggies. So yes, if anybody's got any global prediction questions, please put them in uppercase, and I will get and answer those for you. So Private Cat, blessings to all. Thank you for the Gemini reading yesterday from yourself and Dee. That was spot on. It's our pleasure. Didn't Dee do well, guys, on the astrology? Isn't she just a professional reader through and through? She's ready. She's ready to be one of those international psychics. We're still working on that, guys. We're getting profiles together. Why is my mouse deciding not to work at the moment? I don't know. It's going a bit wonky. Why are you doing that? My mouse I'm talking about. Is this on YouTube as well? Yes, it's on my YouTube, Greg's YouTube. It's on Twitter, Greg's Twitter. It's on Rumble. 2 Facebooks, my Facebook, Greg's Facebook, his business Facebook, I think, and the 2 YouTubes. Yes, so it's on lots of different platforms. So yeah. So just to answer your question, so being on this side of the stream takes me away from what I'm dealing with. Well, that's good. I like that, Greg, my darling. Okay, so my computer's decided to do what it did with Dee the other day. So I'm not going to keep clicking on it. I'm going to hope that it will do its thing. So at the moment, I can't see the chat or anything. So I'm just going to talk to you because my screen is covered with it's this Windows 10. I don't like it because if you hover your cursor over a certain area in this on the computer, it comes up with all these adverts from MSN, and it completely stops me from seeing anything. And now I've got the cursor going around like that. Dear. So I don't even know if you can see anything. Oh my goodness, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know if you heard anything I just said then, but Windows 10, there's a fault on Windows 10. If your cursor goes over a certain area on the screen, it literally is doing it again. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take off my mouse altogether. And I'm going to use it like this. See if that works better. Down there, sweetie. Come on. So not badly. And I wish there was. So, Greg, you might have to come in and help me, darling. Last time you. So I'm hoping that this is going to sort itself out. Okay, if it doesn't, I will have to come out of this and then come back in. Okay, that's what I will have to do. But yeah, so I'm hoping it's sorted itself out. So sorry about, no, it's doing it again. This is what it did last time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I am sorry, I'm having some technical problems here. Oh, it's doing it again.
I'm here. She doesn't.
Sorry, love. I don't know if you can see me, but I can't do anything. My computer's just gone crazy.
I'll hold it down until you get back.
I'm gonna have to. Okay.